أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على نبينا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا الحمد لله على نعمة الإسلام كفى بالله نعمة. Hello, I said to you all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my fellow people of Fonyi, Councillor constituency, the entire Fonyis, and the Gambia at large. It's been a while, as I do say. I want to first and foremost put this in the English language to just a quick and short one. Under the recent publication that is paraded on the social media in regard to the sales of the former president assets by the Republic, I thank the investigative journalist Mustafa for a wonderful job. This is what it takes as a citizen. This is what it takes as an individual who loves his country. This is what it takes to make sure we come up to at least put issues across. As I also came around to put some issues that we've took up. This is a fight for every Gambian, genuine Gambians, and Gambians who don't pretend, Gambians who want to stand by the truth, and Gambians that don't want to join the bandwagon of corruption, and Gambians that don't want to join the Terry Kafo group and the criminal gangs that are only there to met us and also destroy our wealth for their only benefit. And a small chunk of the monies that they do save. That was the whole issue that they fought. Their so-called change have boiled down to one, hate, two, a big method of corruptions, and also greed has surfaced. And again, also lack of sincerity in the sales of the assets of the former president. I am the National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor. If viewers or people who are listening to this audio could, set back their mind. When we came 2022, April, we went to National Assembly and sworn, took oath that we will stand by our three core mandate. That is one, representation, two, legislation, and three, oversight mandate. And our job, I as a National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor, it doesn't mean the former President Jammeh is from Fonyi Councillor, so I'm taking a fight for him. But I'm trying to make sure he is our relative. He's a born son of Fonyi. That's not the case. We've seen that what they did is illegal. It's uncalled for. Corruption was surfacing, hate, and also a whole lot of issues or expression that you can use in the English language. That the idea of their so-called struggle for change, we've seen it clearly. That some of them are power hungry, some of them are also looking for wealth, and some of them are also looking to make sure they could take back what they believe, that what they went through the right channel to make sure they address issues. And I believe even if the former president was around, he could have even wished, if anything that they said they are so-called elites, putting it to Jammeh, that he didn't acquire this wealth into the right proceedings. But did they put the sales into the right proceedings? No. We've seen what happened. It was a Terry Kafo that they had invented. Groups of friends, groups of families, groups of loved ones, the Terry Kafo groups of Coalition 2016, the Barrow cohort and his members. I can say that way because today, all these things, this Jammeh Commission was instituted by President Barrow. So he is the one in charge. That's why before I come into some of these issues, my last parliamentary question that I put to President Barrow through the vice president, because what happened is First, when we came to Parliament, I had put this first. This was my first question, parliamentary question that I put to the Justice Minister. One, it says, Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Justice provide this August Assembly with details of sales of former President Yahya Jammeh's assets, including total sales, buyers, and prices of each sold assets? To the surprise of many, the Justice Minister could not even avail us anything. One, the receipts were not available. Two, compiling. Three, they are looking for store to see how they can put three issues together. Three, they cannot be able to. One, it was the Jammeh Commission, Augustus Prompt, the former, how to call it, Justice Minister. This was the excuses of what Dawda was putting. So you see, if a government doesn't do things illegally, if they don't do things in the legal way, they will answer illegally. And this was why, with all the issues and questions that we put into this government through ministers, they could not avail us anything. And it was just like a carved stone. Let's just come and entertain the gallery and we go off scot-free. And again, also a year later, with another parliamentary, I also put this to the Minister of Finance. I have said to him that, Honorable Speaker, can the Minister of Finance clearly help this August Assembly? The soul of former president's asset. How much was it sold in total? And clearly, each buyer and price of each assets sold. The surprising moment is the same. It's just like, I don't know whether they connive and discuss, come and say Parliament as they wish and they go. But we do know that lack of competency, irregular processes were not followed. It was just at a rush. It was at an anger, vengeance in what they think they could come and destroy the wealth of a former president, and they could not avail, because we were asking for receipts. For example, if you said number of tractors were sold, for example, I can give you this simple, clarifications. What the former secretary, I think, so Mr. Koran, and looking at his write-up, he says, in 2018, 43 tractors amounting to 10.5 million was sold. 43 tractors there. In 2018, 43 tractors amounting at 10.5 million was sold. A year later, that is 2019, the tractors that were sold, about 154 tractors were sold by the lawyers, you see, by the lawyers and team, of what? Amounting to 13 million. That is a difference of just about 2.5%. So you see, this borough movement or borough government, are they really serious? Do they mean business for us countrymen? Every citizen in this country have the right to know what method and mechanism, tools, things that they put in place for the souls of the assets of the former president. And this was our cry. This was what we were echoing, session after session in the parliament. But answers were not forthcoming. Ministers were just coming and do camouflage and they move on their own. I was not there when I was there. The receipts we are compiling. We could not get this. First, the sales was this group. Second, it was another group. Third, when we came, it was done by the Jammeh Commission. Others were done by Augustus Prompt. Others were. You see. Now you term these people as genuinity, as sufficing them. These are people that you trust to give a amanat. In Arabic means responsibility, to stand for our affairs, when millions of those assets are still not recovered. They cannot even vibrantly show you a receipt. So you see, these are people that, you'll be putting it through and said, okay, they are Gambians, we have trust and confidence in them. They are in the affairs of our governance. But you see, when change occurs, everybody was rushing. What can I loot for Jammeh? What can I loot from the assets of the former president? I can tell you, we all live in Funyi. But a day robbery was happening in Kanilai. You will see tinted vehicles. Lorries will be coming to Kanilai with the so-called executive order. You don't even know who is ordering. We got an order to take this. We got an order to take this. We got an order to take this. Seesaw machines, tiles, mattresses, refrigerators, fridges, deep freezers, sofas, beds, machineries, pumping machines, solar panels, arm and ammunitions, building materials, house decoration materials, gold coins, air conditioners, you name them. A whole lot of issues. Kanilai was just like I don't know what expression or adjective would I even use to describe the ill will of people who were parading in Kanilai by the name of we are told, we are commanded, we are given executive order, we are told to come and pick this. So just like it was just like a country that was rendered ungovernable. So at the period of 2016, 17, or 18, 19, it was just like a struggle of partitioning and taking what you don't owe just to go and beautify yourself. Now, if I may put this straight. Now, these were people who were caricaturing Jammeh, saying all sorts of words against Jammeh. Any word that they think of saying, they pour those messages to Jammeh. He is this, he is that, he is this, he is that. But the same people now are using the bets that they said Jammeh bought it illegally, and they are now betting with their wives and their children, and they are producing offsprings, progenies in the beds of Jammeh. So who is more criminal? Just like my last interview that I have with Peter, Peter said, alleged going that Jammeh looted. So if Jammeh loot and they loot, who are the looters? So you see how unfortunate this country that we are in. And today, those are the people who are parading, showing as if they have well. Some of them don't even have shoes to wear. Just a simple description. They don't even have proper shoes to wear. But today they are elites and they're living in mansions. When you go to their bedrooms and their sitting rooms, you'll even think, where am I? Before 2016, go to their houses. Before 2016, go and see their corrugated iron seats. Before 2016, go and see their fences of their houses. Before 2016, go and check their families, which schools were they going to. Before 2016, check the educational status of their children. Before 2016, go and check who do they marry. But today, it is just a shift, a change. What must have triggered that change? What must have put them to be the richest people in this country today? It takes something only 3 months to build, or 6 months, or 1 year to buy a mansion worth of $11 million. This government. Before you are not known, you are in the diaspora, caricaturing presidency, saying all sorts of words. When change occurs, you came back and you are now building mansions. Lucrative areas that a poor man cannot even get them. You see well-fortified buildings and houses, well flawless. What must have changed? But Jammeh, who had ruled this country for 22 good years, doesn't even have a house. He doesn't even have a chair in his house. He doesn't even have a cupboard in his house. He doesn't even have water in his compound. His compound is militarized. It is called the 4th Infantry Battalion. That is Kanilai. So now people will come and say, okay, Adama Barrow doesn't know this, Adama Barrow is not aware. I can tell you for free. These were the conditions that we wrote our petition as National Assembly members, including removing the 4th Infantry Battalion in Kanilai, where those unfortunate soldiers from Senegal who had murdered and killed our people, today they are seated comfortably in the asylum, enjoying more privileges, having more comfort zones than our own Gambian National Army. Whatever they are, water, electricity, their bed seats, whatever, it is more of better than our own soldiers who are living in the compound of the former president. It is a compound of the barracks. How do you change a barracks to a military base? How did you change a compound? A compound to a military base or a military barracks. These structures, these styles, these formations of what a barracks is called will not be the same as a compound legitimately owned by the family of Jammeh. This compound is not owned by Jammeh alone. It is the family of Jammeh Kunda. But today they have seized it, put them in refuge, put them in the center, belt, left, right, center of all his compound is all manned, secured, and also put by soldiers in all the 4 corners of Jammeh's hometown. Is this what Jammeh did to Jawara? Now, in the earlier days, you could also see that when things progress, I can tell you I can have a lot of questions. I can reveal more than 20 or 10 questions when I came to Parliament that I've asked the current government, from the Minister of Finance, from the Minister of Justice, come down to Minister of Defense, come down to the Minister of the President himself, through which, if it doesn't come to Parliament, as the status quo remains, because he will never come to Parliament to answer questions. But the law has given his, that the Vice President can answer on his behalf. Now, in the same compound, lastly, I've also asked a question to the Defense Minister, putting to him that, Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister of Defense inform this August Assembly a theft case? Listen very well there. I'm just bringing these snapshots, though we are also compiling, and the evidence of vehicles with their sachet numbers, we will reveal no stone will be left unturned on the illegal sales of the former president's cars. We will not leave no stone unturned. We have a lot of evidence that we will share with the Republic, and we will share with investigative journalists to make sure everything comes to light. If we have criminals, gangsters, whom we know they want to destroy and also taint others as they are holy gods, we will put them to us. We are representative of the people. We will not fan back. What they have looted is enough. They have embezzled. If they say Jammeh should not, why are they taking them? Are they more holy than people? You have your Terika force, enjoy the wealth of somebody, and before some of them are poor, they are as poor as a church mouse. We know them. When you look at their faces, you'll even see, I don't know what description would I even use. But today, thanks to Jammeh, that they are sitting with comfortable beds. Thanks to Jammeh, they are sitting with great sofas. Thanks to Jammeh, they are sitting with chairs that they have not even thought of having it. Thanks to Jammeh, they decorated their rooms with all what you can think. Now, in 2023, there was a theft case that occurs in Kanilai. I can tell you, when you enter in Jammeh's compound, you have a military base. Soldiers will ask you, even you are from the compound, where are you going? What do you want? What are you here for? Who do you want to see? In a family compound of a former president. Now, I want to put to you in this context. If really, since 2017 or 18, when change occurs, if soldiers really determinedly mean to stay and protect the properties and the family of former President Jammeh, we would not have seen what we're seeing now. The theft case, the burglary, whatever, survival of the fittest in assets of Jammeh, no one owes it. You can just come and camouflage that I'm sent by this, I'm sent by that, I'm sent by that. You just come and pick and go. This was the mode of operandi. Now I put this question to the defense minister, that Honorable Speaker, can the Minister of Defense inform this August Assembly a theft case in the 4th Infantry Battalion occurs on the 20th of September 2023 in the house of the former President Jammeh at Kanilai, with missing items as follows: one big mattress, 2, one medium-sized television screen, 3, 2 washing machines, 4, 3 deep freezers, 5, 10 dining chairs, 6 all VIP suits or coats. How did the theft happen? And how did theft happen? As the compound is now a military barracks, and both of the sides of the compound surrounded by military guard posts. The minister told me it's news to him. He was just being informed, but he will take it. And also what? Further put up a panel to investigate this. I was the one who informed him. In fact, this is what the minister put it to me. It was based on me that he knew that a theft case occurs. So it means the army was running against on their own. And where you have all those 4 sides, they went and break and enter and took all those materials. Now, this government is aware. The President Barrow is aware, because when questions or issues are raised, Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, and Barrow said he's the most informed president. So all these issues that are happening to the former president, in which in his own home, where you have a military base, we had the Senegalese, thank God, this is what we advise Barrow, and let the Senegalese move for good. If Senegalese soldiers in State House can steal theft cases in the State House, then we are doomed. They can even steal our president. They go on their way. How do we know? Well, this is very serious. And I know people who analyze security. This is one of the biggest security threats that the government should put their house in order. If people who are manning them can steal and go onto issues without notice, it's very sad. Which nation are we calling ourselves in? So this is also what happened in Kanilai. But a session later, that was the same last year, ending session, I had to do a follow-up again to the same minister. I put it to him that, Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Defense update now? It's not about asking. I'm seeking for his update. He told us 6 months later, I came with this question again that, Honorable Minister of Defense, update this August Assembly about the investigation for more than 6 months to an alleged theft at the 4th Infantry Battalion, which occurs on the 20th of September in the house of the former President Jammeh in Kanilai, resulting to the loss of 1 big mattresses, television screen, 3 deep freezers, 10 dining chairs, and all VIP suits, even though all the residence is guarded by military. What is the latest as of now? This is what I put to the defense minister. He said, okay, the investigation is still on concerning the army and whatever. So you see, so they can play with people as they wish. This was the people that we are parading and saying, rule of law, democracy, accountability, we'll do this, we'll do X. So you see them. So people will trust these people. That they are people who can save this country. There are people who can put us in the right footing. When assets have been taken as a terrible, you just pick what you want, take and go, see it with your own. Nothing will happen. So these are issues that I think we should ask ourselves. And later, I came with a question last year also, the same issue of assets of the former president. I put it to the speaker that could the Honorable Minister of Justice, this one is the Justice again, provide this August Assembly with details. You see now, I came blunt. Because I know they have failed. And they don't want to say that they have failed. They have messed up, and they don't want to complain and tell they have messed up. They don't have anything in place, and they did this on their own accord to make sure they render the commission, a weak one. Which I said. Exactly. I said, all these are issues that I put it to make sure that we want to know. We want to feel and now get to understand. Now, this is what I said. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister of Justice, sorry, I'm suffering a little bit from cold, but I think I will manage. Provide this August Assembly with details compilation of total sales of former President Jammeh's land assets, Vision 2016 rice, cows, sheep, camels, tractors, cars, trucks, vehicles, furniture, gold, and any other valuable assets owned or registered by Jammeh's name, including total sales, buyers' names, listed, and price of each sold asset. Till date, Dauda Jallo cannot even come and tell us what we are asking for. The former sales was done with the commission. August prompt came, the Barry whatever came, this other people came. So you see, they did this deliberately just to confuse. But Yom will be Yom, a day for a day. So if they can tell us accountability and transparency, do we need these people in governance? Are we really serious as a nation, leaving all these issues to go and catapult the assets of the former president in this mess that we are in? Nobody can tell you how it was done, the process, mechanism, measures, things that I put in place. How was it done? Nobody can even come and tell you step by step of all these things. It was all fraudulent. Because if it is not, we are asking about the receipts. Minister of Justice Dauda was unable to provide even a single receipt of sales of a cow. We know, we were informed verbally that some of these cows, they sold it at $5,000. No, this country is a joke. $5,000, $10,000, auctioning a car. Sorry, I told you, a cow. No details of souls of ships in any list. They wouldn't provide any list showing that ships were available, goats also were available. And you will not even see any details of the sales of a cow. Do you know what others told me? They just came, nag geta nag mungni nyata nga munga jëndali. How can you buy this? How can you buy this folk of cattle? Just a group. It's sympathetic. I think we should organize a march, a peaceful demonstration to this effect. President Barrow must come and tell us, or else he set up a commission against this thing. We will not leave no stone unturned. And I am ready, and I want this message to go all around the country. Any group, association, an activist who is ready to form up, count me in. They must tell us who are the buyers of the assets. How much did they buy? What the dark of it? It has to be revealed. The dark of it. They cannot come and bully us in politics, feeling people, looking for canvassing people. This Mansakunda Ntolemu, Nyula Ntolem Uli Kami Mansakundai. When this is one biggest blow that they have made this country into a mess. Even if they have put this, sales into good use, it's not even angry Jammeh. I'm telling you. Where is our health sector? Go to health centers. People are living, they're sleeping bare floor. At Nemban, medication zero. Even paracetamol to have is a problem. Go to a military barracks, they are lying bare floor. Nothing. Go and see. Check out police stations. Papers even to sign them, no computer, no equipment. Mobility is a challenge for the police officers. The paramilitaries, they cannot even do proper patrol. Immigration cannot even do proper collection of rent. You talk You now see this as a country that is serious? When these assets that could have even make a transformation agenda of our country is been blown in the air like that. And they want people to be silenced, we will no more be silenced. And we are coming tooth and nail. We have a list of all cars that are taken with their assassin numbers. And we will go and make sure we put each and every car. We know how much it costs, and we will come with a befitting report where we will come and inform the whole country what criminality has been taking place in the assets of former President Jammeh. It's very sad as a nation. It's sad. How can you convince me to join you when you are naked already? Corruption is at the center stage. It's at the open. Milking resources of people. Jammeh manyana kanyisoro. Jammeh wata amli. Jammeh kubon la. Jammeh nila. Jammeh mana kane. When you are one of the most, more than even Jammeh, upon all these things that you were fighting Jammeh for, this was what you were yearning for. Trust, responsibility, fear of God. So you think all these issues will now be forgotten? Even you don't pay in this world, wallahi, yawmul haq, yawmul kiyamat, yawmul azilla ila zilluhu. A day will come, it will be like a television. Allah, you'll be watching your own video, and Allah has instructed angels to do the camera for you. You'll play and watch your own cassettes. You will. Time will tell. Yes. These were all issues. Now, do you know what happened when Jammeh left also? Vision 2016 Rise was in Banjolinde. I asked this question, but Minister of Justice cannot even tell me. He cannot even tell me anything. Speaking in parables. Very sad. Unfortunate. Are these people ready to move this country? We'll be clapping them. Hey, 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 change, change. Change for their pockets. Change for their families. And change to embezzle what they said is not owned by Jammeh. It's everybody's right. Everybody's right. All these allegations that are going on, we want it to be very clear. It has to be very clear. If it's not clear, how do you think we'll be able to move? It's so. Now, the other question that you can also put across is, for example, questions that I want to ask the Minister of Justice. Disregard a court order or executing them differently constitute what? Is it authority disrespect or what? To disregard a court order. Because a high court judge put a freezing to the assets of Jammeh. But a minister or whatever has the powers to disregard it. So what is going in within the ministry, in the legal fraternity? And secondly also, how to call it? Can a high court judge vary the order of another high court judge? Justice Minister, Honorable Dauda Jallo, these are questions that I want to put it to you. Can you complain and tell people a high court judge, can he or she has the powers to vary another high court judge? To vary the orders? If this guy said order this, and the judge also protested, but the minister used a jump, a high jump, or I don't know, a long jump or whatever jump, or a gymnastic or whatever you call it, to change. Even that judge protested, wrote, all this evidence, Dauda Jallo, you will be accounted for. You are the current minister, even if it doesn't happen in your tenure, prepare. Yom will be yom. It's very sad. You cannot answer questions that we are asking you. You cannot even bring evidence. No, we don't want to share it to the public. When it was, you people said it was done in public. Others were done in the darkness. The Terry Kafo have their own cohort where they can deal the assets, put it in their pocket. The other ones also have the other ones. Now, what are we heading to? And the other worst thing that we could also determine is where an issue happens. You know, where an issue happened, for example, tractors. And now we've seen that a judge by the name Justice Aminata Sao Sisi refused to unfreeze the tourism development area land plots. He rejected the illegal method that is upholding the law. So, Aminata, we are proud of you. Justice Aminata, we are very proud of you. But what must have changed that? So, Justice Minister, you have to come and answer. So here I'm asking everybody, let all support the Republic for their tremendous job that they are doing. And anybody who can do that, let's support them, Mustafa and his team. We are telling you that you are not alone. And I have a lot of evidence that I can also supply to you. You are not alone, Mustafa. Know that from today. We are with you with thick and thin. In darkness and in spirit, we are with you. We must expose them one by one. All of them must come to, all the issues must come to light. I think they can joke with this country. You want to take positions and make other people dirty. You are the semi-god or you are the demigod that is there to beautify yourself. Man might do, man might key. You think it's a cohort? Governance, you think it's just like a terikafo? You want to run like a rental group or an estate agency? You want to run the government as an estate agency? You want people to be silenced in this? You people have not seen yet. A volcano hasn't erupted yet. When the volcano erupts, wherever you are, fire will find you. It's just like the wind fire that is currently happening in Israel. What can you break it? With all their tools and arsenals, whatever, they cannot even break the fire. Because all those things are created. Allah created all those things. They are soldiers of Allah. So whenever Allah erupts his soldier, nothing can stop it. And President Barrow, be prepared. Either set up a commission of inquiry to this immediate fraudulent act. It is better for you. Yes, better. In order for you to be cleared as a government, you have to come all out. Come all out to put this to light. It has happened that way. It has happened that way. Because if not, it doesn't even tell well. Very, very sad. Very sad. Now, my last session question that I asked, session before last, I put this to the to the president. I said, Honorable Speaker, with the ambiguity on clear answers, you see, after all these years, since 2022 up to date, 2022, 2023, 2024, it was never cleared. No answer was cleared. Haphazard. If they give this, other one is hidden. Then I now came to myself that let me push this to the president, whether he has an idea or he has any information that he wants to put up. This is what I have put this question to. I said, Honorable Speaker, with the ambiguity on unclear answers on the sales of the former President Yahya Jammeh assets, with lack of clear availability of receipts in the sales, no evidence of buyer's name, and how much each cost, could the office of the president inform this August Assembly if the president is ready to set up further inquiries on the sales of former President Yahya Jammeh's assets, as it is a national concern to the government citizen in maintaining the integrity and the credibility of the government. To the surprise, the vice president said, the president has not that thought yet. That was the answer that he gave. But I'm now putting to him that evidence are now coming up. And I'm going to repeat this question again to him. With the current status of evidence that are coming up, is the president ready to put this? If they're not tired, we will not be tired. Multiple questions on the assets of Jammeh. We are vindicated. As I do even start in parliament, my fellow member will even say, hey, honorable, for you, assets of Jammeh. I said, whoever has no concern in these assets, ask yourself about being a full-fledged citizen of this country. Because we will not even look at the Terikafo group to come and milk the resources and they go on their way. As if they are better than all Gambians. It's very sad. So these are issues that we have put this. Far too long, asking questions, no answer. From the Minister of Finance, from Justice Minister, from the President, no answers. It's sad. So therefore, I think we always all join hands to thank the Republic and say bravo for their work. And we are with you. And be reminded that whatever evidence that we have, we'll also give it to you. No hiding now. The public must be informed. The Gambians must know. Online. The Gambians must know. And it's high time for them to know. So therefore, I think, let me just end here. So I said to you all, thank you very much, appreciative. It is me, Honorable Jammeh Gibba. On the assets, as you have said, we will work on more and more and more and more to put across, because it's very sad. The houses, the lands, the farms, the garden, the tractors, cows, sheep, etc., etc. We want all of this to be accounted. But instead, they're only mooted in certain things. Some of them, you see the disgusting things that they did. Tractors of Fonyi they were only concentrating on tractors of Fonyi. From Block to Kanilai, they seized everything. But the other side, those tractors are not seized. What is this? Do we call this nepotism or hate or tribal issues? This government, Barrow Scott, they did this. Yes. If Barrow didn't even know it, I'm putting to him, President Barrow, this is what your people, your commanders in the ground, your foot soldiers, going and seizing assets of Jammeh in your name. This is what they did. Buyam was a center. Whatever they take, they put it in Buyam and they repatriated all of them and sold. But there are other sides of the country. Their tractors are not seized. So what do we call? So you want people to follow with this mayhem? We are ready. And I'm telling everybody that let's distance ourselves. And if you have any evidence, please contact Mustafa, the Republic. Give him more evidence, we empower him, and he will now publish everything. Even people are in the dark, they must see the reality. And it is all of us who should. Yes. We want to know. We want to know who are they? Where are they? Who bought them? What price? The list. When you are buying, you thought that you are hiding. You can come in the dark and say, hey, okay, Honorable Minister, me, I want this one. Honorable Minister, I want this land. Honorable Minister, I want this chair. Honorable Minister, I want this house. I want this secretly. And you want people to be silent? Those days are gone. We will not. And I'm putting to everybody. Let's all rise up. It is a cause of concern, and this government must be held responsible. From President Barrow down to the last person, you are all accounted in this. And you will face it. From coalition 2016 till date, they started this looting since 2017. Animals, cows. They even went and even took Jalamang and the former, Jalamang and the former brother, the brother who passed away, President Jammeh's brother, and they brought him and put him behind bars in Banjul Police headquarters because of what they said. They wanted to sell animals, the cows of former President Jammeh. Do they know whether are they theirs or not? Even when Jammeh told them that take this one, they seized all of those things. Do they have that good heart to people? Even rice that Jammeh put, they went and took all those rice in Kanilai. They went and cut all the boreholes. They took everything. They took all the pumps. Kanilai just left as a dark, remote village. They cut electricity, their garden, they cut everything. This is what this government did. Containers with heavy whatever materials is all taken in the name of President Barrow and his government. Nothing was left in Kanilai. The beds, the sofas, the 4 houses. If you go, materials all over. All those things were taken. And Barrow, you have questions to answer. You will have questions to answer. And your elites, the Jammeh Commission and team. And I want to advise the President of the Republic, President Barrow, come out and set an independent commission. And again, we have what we call anti-corruption. If you have not constitute them and take them this tax, let them be tested to lead. And they unearth all this truth. Commissioners, all of them. And I want to also put to you, let them all declare their assets. Before being commissioners, what did they have? And after commissioner, what do they have now? This country is very careful. Brother, I told about Batambido. Shouting here, as if they are angels. They are great people. Asha, let's go. They are the ones shouting here. And Batambido, if you vocally said, if Jammeh comes there, he'll be arrested. On the whole, this was what was on the ground. No transparency, no accountability, no poverty in assets of Jammeh. Where we are there when Jammeh was building this country? Where we are there from scratch 1994 till date with all the development agenda in terms of area, where we are there. So when they did their deals and they now came and took over and said, okay, the wealth will now be scrambled. We will now do the Terika for thing. Take. These are the people. Today they will stand in front of us. For me, that's why I do tell them, you will not stand in front of me and you start preaching. I'll tell you that technocrat, get down off that seat. Get down off that podium. You cannot even tell us anything. Your integrity is compromised. You don't have that morale to stand and speak so as governments will listen to you. So that's why we have to be wise. Change is imminent. And now people who will put in that seat must be a thing that we need to look at it properly. On that note, I don't want to maybe put this audio in long, but alhamdulillah, I will just say, let me just, put this across and also put it to the Gambian people. It is us now. The ball is in our court. Almost 14 to 15 or plus people that the Republic have mentioned their names. So I think it's high time. And I've seen some of them clarifying. But some of those clarifications like crocodile tears. As you clarify, you are even putting yourself in a mess again. Very sorry for this country. But this country is naked. Or lie. This country is naked. What do I mean by naked? Issues for far too long. Why were they hiding on some of all those things? If you think you're genuine, why don't you speak then? But when you're pushed to the corner, you're exposed. Then you now come in and say you want to give your own evidence, your own version of the story. We are saying sorry. But a day for a day, Yom will be home. Thank everybody, and I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Honorable Almami Gibba, National Assembly Member of Funyi Councillor. I'm not quite okay. I had this so throat, so I'm just trying to speak out. Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah.